In the last video we did squares, cubes, and squares, square roots, cubes and cube roots of algebraic expressions. Now we're going to do substitution on page 93. The biggest tip that I can give you is use brackets. And these questions will usually say something like, if blah blah blah, determine the value of. Okay, blah blah blah. Right, so let's have a look at these examples. If A is equal to 1, B is equal to 2, and C is equal to 3. So let's have a look at them. For question 1, we had A equal to 1, B equal to 2, and C equal to 3. The first question that I have is 3A minus B. Now, this is what I mean with using brackets. We're going to have 3, and then in the place of A, we're going to put brackets. Minus, and in the place of B, we're going to put brackets. Okay. Now, A was 1, so I'm going to put 1 where there was an A. And B was 2, so in the place of B I'm going to put a 2. 3 times 1 gives me 3, minus and then 2. That gives me 1. That's how you do substitution. 1.2. We have B plus C squared. Okay. So let's have a look at this one. This is a little bit more difficult to do just because it already has brackets. Okay. But let's do it this way, in the place of B plus and in the place of C. Just so that we're keeping the same pattern. Okay. B was equal to 2, so in the place of B we're going to put 2. And C was equal to 3, so in the place of C I'm going to put 3. Okay. That is going to give me on the inside of the bracket 2 plus 3 squared. On the inside of the bracket that gives me 5 squared. And if you simplify that further, that gives you 25. Alright. Let's have a look at the next one. Sorry about that. We have 1.3, which is 2a squared minus 4bc. So in the place of a, I'm going to put brackets. And the a was squared, so you need to put the square outside the brackets. Minus 4, and in the place of b and in the place of c. Alright, so in the place of a, I had 1. In the place of b, I had 2. And in the place of C, I had 3. Now, that's going to be 2 times 1 squared is 1, minus 4 times 2 is 8, times 3 gives me 24. Alright, so that's 2 minus 24, which is equal to negative 22. Last one for this example, 1.4. We have 2c divided by b. 2, and then in brackets c, divided by in brackets b. C was equal to 3, and b was equal to 2. And sometimes you don't have to use brackets, but just in case, let's keep it in brackets to be safe. 2 times 3 is equal to 6 divided by 2. That gives me 3. That's how you do substitution. So let's look at another example. In question 2, they tell you that A is equal to negative 2, B is equal to 3, C is equal to negative 1, and D is equal to 0. Alright, and they want you to calculate the following. AC squared plus A cubed C. Okay, AC c was squared, plus a was cubed, and c. Alright, in the place of a, I'm going to put -2. And in the place of c, I'm going to put -1. Okay. That -2 stays the way it was until we've done with the exponents. Negative squared is positive, and 1 squared is not 2, it's 1. Plus, negative to an odd power is negative. 2 cubed is 8, not 6, times -1. -2 times 1 is -2, plus -8 times -1 is +8, and that's going to give me -2 plus 8, which is 6. Alright, let's look at 2.2. We have -4a squared minus c. We're going to build our skeleton first. -4 and then a squared minus c. Alright, in the place of a, I'm going to put -2. And in the place of c, I'm going to put -1. Okay, that's going to give me -4, and then -2 squared is +4. Negative and negative next to each other make a +1. Alright, I can only do that because there was no power over there. Alright, -4 times 4 is -16 plus 1. -16 plus 1 is equal to -15. Then let's look at 2.3. Over here we have half of a squared. Okay, that is equal to half, and then a squared. In the place of a, I'm going to put -2 squared. Okay, half of negative square is positive, 2 squared is 4, half of 4 is 2. Sorry about that. 2.4. You have the cube root of 9b. So in the place of b, I am going to put, what was it? 3. Okay, so remember to simplify under the root first. That's the cube root. 9 times 3 is 27. Okay, and remember they give you the values for A, B, C, D. Alright, the cube root of 27 is 3. You can use your calculator for that. Let's see about 2.5. The square root of 2a to the power 4 minus 4c. Okay, that's the square root of 2 and then a to the power 4 minus 4 times c, and that's all under a root. We said a is -2 and c is -1. Okay, that's 2 times, and then remember when you're typing this into your calculator, the brackets are very important. That's going to give us 16. Okay. And then a negative and a negative multiplied together gives us a positive. 4 times 1 is 4. 2 times 16 is 32. Plus 4. Okay. And then 32 plus 4 gives us 36. Remember to simplify under the root first, and then the square root of 36 is 6. Alright, one more example. Let's look at 2.6. We have the cube root of 4a plus d. Okay, That gives us the cube root of 4a plus d. Okay. Cube root of, 4. In the place of a we have -2. In the place of d we have 0. That's going to give us the cube root of 4 times -2 is -8 plus 0. -8 plus 0 is still -8. And the cube root of that is -2. Okay. So you can do this. Please just remember to give your brackets, because if you write this without the brackets, that looks like 4 minus 2 plus 0, which is not what we wanted, right? Okay, so that's not the same thing. To practice this, you're going to do exercise 12 on page 93. And for revision of all algebra, on all algebra, a good place to start is the revision exercise on page 93 to 95. Good luck, boys. Please ask if you have any questions.